You know, this landlord has several homes right here in a desirable area for NC State students. The students say it's the location that attracts them to the rentals, but once they move in, they say the rentals are filthy, not in good condition. Their landlord harasses them and keeps their money.
She's taking advantage of college students' money.
In my experience, she just seems to think that she can do what she wants to do.
She just makes all this up so she can keep the deposit and hope that you don't fight her for it.
A landlord, Evangelia Eustathio, has people talking.
She charged us $18,000 because we had that table on the porch.
I don't understand how the same person could have all these complaints and all these problems year after year and get away with it.
All of these people had experiences with Eustathio, who owned 4 homes on Dixie Trail in Raleigh. Attractive rentals to NC State students due to its proximity to campus. But all renters we talked with say location is the only good thing about their experience with their landlord and her rentals.
It was absolutely disgusting.
And Samantha Mitchell says she has the pictures to prove it. First day of moving in, she says they were greeted with dirty floors and air filters. The kitchen, broken appliances, plus lots of cleaning. In the bathroom, the water wasn't clear. And check out the shower head.
We all had to deep clean the house.
Samantha's mom, Deborah, right there with her daughter.
State of shock. It was so disgusting.
Besides the cleanliness of the rental, Samantha's roommate, Sydney Kim, had another problem.
I almost had to guilt her into putting a lock on our door, which I feel like safety should be a #1 priority, especially for teenage girls living in a house alone.
But the biggest problem, after their lease was up and they moved out.
We got a letter in the mail with all the charges.
Take a look of the list of charges totaling more than $5,800, $2,800 for 14 missing window treatments. But the girls say when they moved in, their pictures show window treatments not there.
Even though we didn't have curtains in the house all year where she said they're supposed to be, and she's charging us.
Another charge, $300 for not cutting the grass, $775 for cleaning the rental and appliances, and $450 to treat the floors. Not only did their landlord keep the $4,000 deposit, but added $1,800 worth of additional charges.
I don't have the money for that, nor do I even want to pay the lady because I didn't do anything wrong.
And these former NC State students aren't alone.
$23,000. I just was like, you're kidding me.
But it was no joke. $23,000 in charges after moving out from this Dixie Trail rental for Dawn Trivet and her roommates, also owned by Eustathio. A big chunk of the $23 grand, $18,000 in fines for having a homemade table the landlord didn't approve of, plus $2,700 in interest for not paying the fine.
She hated it.
She has been on our radar for quite some time. And considering that she only has 4 properties here, that says something.
Attorney Michael Avery with University Student Legal Services says his office has been hearing complaints from NC State students about Eustathio for more than 15 years.
If she's offended by something, that she feels that she can assess a fine and define what that fine is, even though it's not anywhere in the lease, it's not anywhere under law, but just comes up with it.
We tried to get Eustachio's side of the story, but she said she's not interested in talking.
She's been doing this for years and years and years and taking these young kids, just taking their money. No one seems to stand up, and I cannot let this continue.
So some of the past renters say they're considering small claims court to try and get their security deposits back. Since we started investigating, the state attorney general's office says they are reviewing the complaints they have, and the NC Real Estate Commission says they have opened an investigation into the renters' claims, and they do want to hear from past tenants if they've had a problem. And also, we just heard from Dawn. She's the one with the $20,000 worth of charges for that table the landlord didn't approve of. The landlord just sent them this new list, and she removed those $20,000 worth of charges, but still is charging them $4,700 for other charges. So,
you know, all this is a good reminder when you move in. Take pictures, take video of what the place looks like when you move in. That really makes the case for
and
these
definitely
students.
look at the lease to see a lot of fine print in there. But pictures, video, you can't complain about any of that. You got to do that.
Goodness. Diane, thank you.